spew some positivity towards him. Ebro, you're the global head of all playlists at Apple Music. Instead of blocking young black brothers' plight to try to get some success in music, do what I'm doing once in a while, right? How about you kind of source it to the audience, get suggestions? Because right now, you know what playlisting is in reality? It's some real like Illuminati stuff. It's basically you got to sign your life away because the playlist spots only go to the signed people, and then there's a whole agenda behind it. And then if somebody does something that y'all don't like, y'all don't playlist them no more. Y'all took the baby off the playlist just because he said whatever, which was a little bit confusing. He got taken off Apple playlists, but you also work at Hot 97. Y'all brought him up to Hot 97 to do Summer Jam, right? Am I tripping? Wait, did he do Summer Jam? He did do Summer Jam. Yeah, he did. So like, you know what I mean? I get it. You work for two different people, right? One's Apple and one's Hot 97. But all I'm saying is, I don't want to spew negativity towards you this morning. I'm helping, like this month, Spotify's picked me to curate a playlist for them. I'm very happy, but I'm going to do it in a very organic way. Me and my chat, we kind of have slightly similar tastes, but I'm going to take, I'm going to take suggestions from the people. This is not number one, it's not no pay for play. Number two, it's like very organic. We're trying to give opportunities to people who don't necessarily get them. The unfortunate situation of what's going on these days is that playlist is the new radio. And while it sounds easy to like, right, this is the easiest you'll ever see it. Like y'all saying songs in the chat and I'm just adding it. Again, I'll only run this one particular playlist for a month. Now I have my own playlist. If y'all want to follow Cloud Tokens, you could. But I'm really also doing this, and really, this is why I take this, really, I'm very proud, and I'm glad that Spotify gave me this opportunity, because I know the playlisting game, and I know how it hurts artists. So, Ebro, instead of whatever you have to say about me, I don't even know what it is. You could have a million bad things to say about me. Could you at least maybe take up one page from my book, and if it's going to take one page, just take this page. You're the global head of music for Apple Music. You have the opportunity and the ability to change many people's lives by making any decision to playlist or not playlist, to put certain songs in circulation for other of your editors to put up. Just take Apple playlists. Any music that clowns somebody who died, any music that promotes violence, any music that talk about smoking on packs, any music that talk about spinning blocks. If Ebro said that tomorrow, Apple Music would be not putting these songs on playlists that get the millions of views. Ebro has that power. I do not. So that's why I always laugh. And I look at him like, yo, why y'all make it seem like I'm so powerful? If I'm so powerful, I say now, stop the violence. Nobody cares. Like, shut the fuck up. If Ebro could have artists realize, if you want to make our playlist, you cannot rap about violence. Watch that ripple effect. If an artist was told that violence will not ever get you on the biggest playlist, which is the new radio, they would rap about violence less. That's a fact. You feel me? So I'm only putting that out there because, I really don't like going back and forth with Ebro. Ebro has a very important and very, like, he's powerful in the music business, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I know he tries to reduce it to, like, Twitter back and forths, and, like, he tries to, handle it on, like, what's the show on Hot 97, and act like it's just some cultural thing between me and him. But Ebro, like, you're way more powerful than me, bro. Like, I really don't want to be beefing with you, but you're not going to sit here and blame everything on me. Anyway. Did Osama give us more gifted subs? No fucking way. Osama, thank you so much. Everybody, please thank Osama in the chat. He has given us and gifted us a ton of new subs. How do I see how many he gifted? Jesus Christ. It just looks like all gifted subs. It's just all gifted subs. Oh my God, Osama, thank you. I really, from my bottom of my heart, sincerely appreciate it. All right. Okay. Sneaky beaky like whatever he says. Yo, who's he talking to? He said Carlos. What the fuck? Who's Carlos? He's like, you have to admit CLB is better than Donda to get your green card. What? Okay. All right. Should I look at the tweet? No, he did not. All right. I'm gonna look at the tweet. Oh my God. Chat. Y'all gotta save me sometimes. Chat, why don't y'all save me at times? Be like, yo, don't look at the tweet. Why can't y'all save me, chat? Y'all supposed to be like, yo, whatever you do, don't look at the tweet. Okay. I'm gonna look at the tweet. Okay. All right. Somebody said Academics says it's a classic, and Trey Young says Drake is better than Hove. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm down to debate this with anyone. I think Drake surpassed Jay-Z either in 2016 or in 2018. And what I'm talking about is career. Now, some might even say earlier on. I'm talking about in terms of career. You get me? Not just only hit songs. I'm just talking about overall with albums, hit songs, like just career accomplishments. Think about LeBron and Michael. Whoever you might think is the who has the most raw talent, that's up for debate. So we could still debate if you think that Jay-Z is a better rapper than Drake. We could debate that. That's fine. I just think that Drake's career has eclipsed even the likes of Jay-Z. And I think in every single way. If we talk about singles, if we talk about features, if we talk about albums, and it's not only off numbers, I felt, again, I'm kind of judging it like how we kind of judge LeBron. Like, hey, you got to get a chip. I feel like Scorpion was a chip. I feel like, I ain't gonna call More Life a chip. Scorpion was a chip. I'm gonna give Views a chip. I'm gonna give, I think most of his albums have been, really stellar. I think all around, you might give Jay-Z, if we ranking it, he might be excellent in a few things, while I think Drake is, really good, if not excellent, in most things. And that's why I think so, right? And by the way, I don't think that's a wild take. Trey Young said it, and I think we both agree on that. However, Ebro also says, he says Ak is trying to get an interview. That's very interesting. Ebro, respectfully, to be honest. And by the way, obviously, I would love to interview Drake, right? But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And by the way, I didn't even get the OG Elliot Wilson a call, and I really wanted to, talk to him. I was really off that Henny, man. Not Henny, the Casamigos. Fuck, I finished the whole fucking bottle. But really, as a, whatever you want to call me, a journalist, a talking head, whatever you want to call me, the need to get these interviews doesn't really define me as how it might define you guys. I'm going to explain. Back 10, 20 years ago in journalism, whoever was cool with Hove or cool with Big or Pac, who could get those moments, you guys were the greatest. Ebro, I'm a fan of Drake, but if I never have a sit down with him, I'm fine with that too, because a lot of the guys I cover now, They don't do interviews. We just came from talking about Chief Keef. Remember, I was like, damn, Chief Keef. But Chief Keef said it. He said it to me. He said, "Ak, I don't do interviews. Like shit. Me and Uzi talk. Uzi isn't fond of interviews. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of those artists that I'm covering, they're not fond of interviews. So it's like me saying their work is good or not good is not me trying to get an interview. Like, I'm cool if these dudes. You know what the funny part about this? Is how I look at it. You don't gotta. No artist got to give me an interview. When you don't talk, I'm gonna dictate the narrative until you talk. It's fine. I don't need you to talk. If you never talk, I'll tell my version of what happened. And then I'll tell what I heard. I don't care. It's fine with me. But so Ebro, I'm not trying to get an interview, brother. I'm not trying to get an interview. Not by like I really enjoy. Yo, this is nothing, right? Yo, Ebro. And I've talked about this with Drake too. Starting with me. And definitely everybody younger. And by the way, this is one of the reasons I think I'm like quote unquote hated or whatever the fuck the case is, right? It's like Jay-Z was never the guy for me. Like, I was too young. He wasn't the guy for me. Drake is the guy for me, right? Just like people that like Kobe as opposed to LeBron, or people like Kobe as opposed to Michael, right? It's about what you see and when you see it and when you come to age, right? So a lot of these guys, they're still holding on to Jay-Z shit. Like, look, here's the thing. Look, the next tweet, he's quoting Jay-Z. Like, Ebro is still up the school, and most of media is still up the school that like Jay-Z is just the king. You feel me? That's cool. That's cool for y'all. But for me, Drake is the greatest rapper of all time. For me, he's the greatest rapper of all time. No disrespect to no other person, but he's the greatest rapper for me. Just like how Jay-Z is the greatest rapper for y'all. They haven't, and by the way, my people who share my opinion are not actually representing the media really well right now. Everybody who talks about Drake, that's why he was trying to shoot at the greats. That he was trying to be one of the greats. It feels like when your favorite basketball player broke a bunch of records and the new dude is coming to break a lot of records. That's how a lot of these media personalities talk about Drake, especially when it's in any type of comparison to Jay-Z. They've put up, like, think about it. Is these people, and again, by the way, this is not nothing for I don't think Ebro was dissing on this, truth be told. Let me just drink some. For someone like Ebro, I don't know how old he is or what his generation is, but he's gonna love Jay-Z. Like Drake is still that new dude who you're looking at him like, well, you wouldn't be able to do it in Jay-Z's time. Jay-Z never used to write. You use writers. Like, they're always going to use something. It's the same thing with LeBron, right? LeBron could win 10 rings and they still going to be like, yo, well, Michael never had to join a super team. You went to 5 teams making a super. Like, it's always going to be something. Bro, people are going to protect the guy who represents their era, man. Like, that's just the fact. I caught myself doing it. I remember I was a little kid, bro, and I grew up loving Allen Iverson. And I said, I've never liked like the most popular basketball. I always like the underdog, and I love Allen Iverson. And from then on going, I remember getting in debates, even with niggas who, because, you know, after a while, basketball started turning into the small guys who actually had whatever, like the Steph Curry, the Kyrie Irvings, the even Russell Westbrook. And I remember just every time getting in arguments, nah, Steph Curry not better than Iverson, this and third. And then you're almost like, you get to realize, bro, you're only arguing this point because you're so married to that time where you were watching Iverson. I used to cry. I'm a little kid. I used to cry when Iverson lost. I had so much of an attachment to him and his success and watching him. So now when I see people be like, oh my God, Steph Curry's the greatest ever, I'm like, whoa, okay, whoa, okay. Now I'm using shit that don't even exist. I'm like, well, Iverson would have worked on his three a little bit more if he was not. No, bro, it's cool to just give the props to the guys who come after. I remember having those discussions about him and Kyrie. Nah, man, you gonna say Kyrie got more handles than Iverson? Iverson started like he had the craziest crossover all time. Bro, objectively speaking, nigga, Kyrie handles is 10 times better than Iverson. That's a fact. Like, if you watched it, you could tell. You know what I mean? And then sometimes it's just evolution. But I get where a lot of these guys come from in terms of the media. And I ask y'all, where's the media personalities that they grew up on Drake? Where they at? I'm the only one? Where the media personalities that could give and I love when I'm talking to people who love Jay, but they always use the same point. Yeah, you wouldn't understand why this Jay-Z verse is blah, 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 because you wasn't outside. Okay, I hate that stupid ass term, whatever, but cool. You're basically saying that I wasn't there to witness it. To when you were in your 20s or you were in your teens. So you can't give Drake a shot. Like, it was, you know how much Drake had to just keep going back to back and give verse after verse before niggas started actually entertaining him in the conversation with Jay. There was a time if you brought, I remember I had like a hot take where I said Drake is up there with Jay, and I got killed. This was only a couple years ago. Niggas didn't want you to even talk about Drake and Jay in the same discussion. I think now they're down to have the discussion. But even then, most of these people, they're married to Jay-Z. They're going to knock Drake 20 times before they even have the discussion on some legit level. Do you understand what I mean? Bro, I'm telling you. And I remember, and this is a conversation I had with Drake, right? He was like, yo, Ak. Because that's when I came out, right? This was way back. This for everybody says now, like, Take Care is a classic. I remember when I said Take Care is a classic, niggas was like, classic. That niggas were trying to say Drake had no classics. You remember there was a time in hip hop niggas were trying to say Drake had 0 classics? Now he's beat niggas over the head for so fucking long that they basically gave up and they're like, okay, he got some classics. But for the longest, niggas were trying to say he had none. You get me? And I remember I said, yo, Take Care, yo, that's a classic. And people were like, yo, what? Let's talk about what a classic is. And I'm like, huh? That's when I ain't gonna lie, I buckled a little bit because I changed my stance. You know what I said? It's a personal classic. I start calling Drake Take Care a personal classic because while people didn't get it, it was a classic for me. I think now in hip hop, it's unilaterally and accepted that Take Care is a cultural classic. You get what I mean? So, with all due respect to Ebro, it's what you're seeing is not me jockeying for an interview. Ask Drake. I've never asked Drake for an interview. Never. And I'm not the type of person who uses a relationship to ask for favors. I'll tell you, I did tell Drake, I said, yo, give me the heads up. Like, yo, plug me in on the release in terms of giving me the heads up on what's coming because I run a news page. So if you finna drop some shit, give me the heads up that, yo, if you dropping some shit tonight, let me know to stay up. I'm gonna wait up. That I could be one of the first people with it. But I'm not like, you know what I mean? And by the way, like, you know, I feel like if Drake gonna do an interview, he probably do like Elliot Wilson or somebody like that. Like, if anything, we could probably discuss why even there's more context to that tweet. I don't think Drake will give Hot 97 an interview. Hot 97 played an integral part in trying to promote Meek Mill's desperate, jealous scheme of trying to tell people that Drake wasn't a legit MC. Hot 97 played the reference tracks on air. They were trying to hype it up like really it was a formidable battle between Meek and Drake, while the whole internet, that's the thing that people don't realize. If y'all don't know, when Jay-Z and Nas beef, they had a poll at the radio station, and that poll, people accepted the results of that poll to say who won the beef. In 2015, when Drake beefed with Meek, one radio station couldn't dictate who won. The internet said who won. Again, we're showing the progression of shit. The internet was like, no, we don't care how much time y'all play the reference track. We don't care about this. We don't care about that. Drake beat this nigga, and he watched him. Think about it. Meek was still trying to beef on some things, some old school shit. He showed up to radio stations after he's sending them records. Drake ain't sent a motherfucking record to a fucking station. You know what he did? He dropped the shit on SoundCloud at like 2 a.m. He didn't care. So anyway, just to adjust that point. But y'all really brought me off my pivot, man. I always told you about that Illuminati. I've seen Ebro one time in life. Remember I told you about that Illuminati party I went to? Ebro was in there, bro. And if you ask me, he was meeting with all them little Illuminati niggas. Like, let me not say Illuminati because some people might take it offense. He was meeting with all them type of niggas, and that type of, shoulder rubbing and networking, I'll just call it networking, is probably the reason why he ended up at Apple Music. He's rubbing shoulders with these elite industry. That's why I be looking, I'm like, yo, y'all have to stop blaming me for things when y'all literally deal with the people who control the button that y'all could press to change this whole shit. Like, come on now. Let's just be honest. Okay. All right. Anyway, how many songs do we have on this list? Let me see. We got 30. We need 20 more. If I put on King Von Demons, is that old? I know it's old, but they dropped the video not too long ago. Somebody said Drake texted me mad as shit because I fell asleep. Nah, no, he didn't. Okay. Yo, come on. Yo, give me some more songs, please, chat. I need some more songs. I put there's Donna songs on it. Look what we got so far. Look. Okay is on it. Off the Grid and Jail. I'm trying not to have like a million songs by one artist. You feel me? Like even Drake, I gave him 3. Love All, no Friends in the Industry, and TSU. K Flock, Being Honest. Who's K Flock?